and welcome to Lacey Township Today, the show that lets you know what's up and what the lowdown is on local events.
May is the start of something great. It is the month of warm and comfortable weather. It's the perfect time of year to go and have some fun.
Let's see what's going on in May. On May 3rd, the annual Mr. Lacey pageant took place. The pageant is sponsored by the Interact Club and SAD. Michelle Childs has the full story.
Hello, I'm Michelle Childs from WLTS TV 21. Every year, a senior group of boys compete to win a title called Mr. Lacey. I'm here with Mrs. Gergaz.
So, Mrs. Gergaz, can you tell us a little bit about Mr. Lacey and its history in the high school?
Sure. Mr. Lacey is a pageant that's been put on by SAD and Interact clubs together for many years here at the high school. We have our senior boys compete in swimsuit, talent, and basically a dressy suit competition. There's a lot of humor and a lot of fun, and at the end, one of them is crowned Mr. Lacey.
What does Mr. Lacey promote?
Well, through SAD and Interact Club, it promotes the message, no drinking and driving. It's one of our biggest fundraisers, but the main message behind it is not to drink and drive or any kind of destructive decisions that students might engage in.
What winning qualities do you look for in the winner?
Well, humor definitely goes a long way. It's a great way to win over the judges, along with, throwing a few roses to the judges. But we definitely look for talents. You get to see a lot of the talents that you wouldn't normally see or normally even know these students have. We also judge them on how well they do in their talent and how they present themselves in their suit and tie and in the swimsuit competition.
So is this your first year doing Mr. Lacey?
Yes, this is my first year doing Mr. Lacey. Miss Connolly, who also does it, has been doing it for several years, and Miss White used to run it. And we have a lot of help from a lot of the other faculty as chaperones and as judges.
Well, without giving any secrets away, can you tell us a little bit about what the boys are going to be doing this year?
Well, there's going to be a lot of singing, a lot of instruments, including PVC pipes, and it's going to be a little bit along the lines of Ozfest meets Beatstock with a little UFC tournament in between.
What time and what day is the show on?
Mr. Lacey is May 3rd. It's a Thursday night at 7 o'clock here at the high school auditorium. Tickets are $5 at the door, or you could get them in advance all week long in the cafeterias during your lunch periods.
And how much are they on sale for?
$5.
Thank you for the information on Mr. Lacey, Mrs. Gergaz.
You're welcome.
It was great to see you.
Be sure to come see the show Thursday, May 3rd in the auditorium. Tickets are on sale for $5. I'm Michelle Childs. Back to you in the studio.
Now, that was a fun thing. Mr. Lacey actually passed. It's already happened. Tice, who was the winner for Mr. Lacey?
I believe it was Mr. Joe Soja, actually. Joe Soja did win it.
Oh, yeah. See, from Michelle's interview, you could tell just by some of Joe's antics that he really went above and
He was
beyond.
really crazy with it. I mean, I was there. I saw him do all the stuff. He really did deserve to win. He took it above. He took it an extra step.
Very funny.
It was funny. But we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Prom is approaching, so let's see what this boy is planning out. His ticket, of course. Some flowers for his lady, very nice. What's this? Alcohol? I don't understand.
Ew.
As you can clearly see, prom and alcohol don't mix. So have fun, but keep sober.
Welcome back. Here at Lacey Township High School, we have added a new club for the students and staff to enjoy. The Pro Sports Club is for anyone who is interested in pro sports. Let's go to Tim LaCrasse, who has the full story.
Thanks, guys. Here at Lacey Township High School, there are many clubs and activities for students to attend and enjoy. The newest club is the Pro Sports Club, which was founded by Mr. Paul O'Sullivan, history teacher here at Lacey Township High School. I had a chance to talk to Mr. O'Sullivan on the Pro Sports Club.
Well, the Pro Sports Club is for high school students to get together and some teachers to get together and talk about what's going on in pro sports. What we want to do is create like a fan zone in school, a place for kids to have interest, and we set up a website on the school website. At least once a year, have guest speakers in as part of like a career day for pro sports. We also would like to do some field trips to go and see the stadiums, meet the people who work on the stadiums or who work at the stadiums about what their life is like there. Kids can do surveys, kind of like on ESPN. They can do surveys. They can, and it can be tabulated automatically. So they'll feel like they're part of almost like an ESPN crew. I think we found that it was about 32% Giants fans. The next highest was Eagles at only 14%, which I was surprised that in this area that there wouldn't be more Eagles, but we're right on the edge of Eagles-Giants. Then it broke down to Cowboys were next over the Jets, which I wasn't surprised at. Well, we have meetings every other Monday right now, and even if you can't make the meetings, if you're interested, if you join up, we can put your name on the website. You can communicate through the website. It's probably the best way right now. And we can also send information out through the homerooms. And we also have a bulletin board. We have a bulletin board in North Hallway, where we're going to keep that updated with the schedules of what's coming up each week.
Once again, you can contact Mr. O'Sullivan by seeing him in his room W107 or by going to the Pro Sports Club webpage at www.lacyschools.org. I should also mention that the Pro Sports Club is sponsoring a trip to the Philadelphia Soul Arena football team on May 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are $35, and that includes a ticket to the game and bus fare. So for WLTS TV 21, I'm Tim LaCrasse.
Mr. LaCrasse wanted me to make a correction about something. He said on a field trip it would be taking place on the 20th. It's actually going to be the 21st. It's a common mistake.
Oh, yeah. That club does sound like it would be a lot of fun, though, especially if you're interested in the pro sports and stuff. It would just be a good way to talk to other people about what you enjoy, you know?
Yeah, and Mr. O'Sullivan's running it. He's actually a pretty interesting man himself.
It's good to know.
Each month, TV 21 selects a gnarly teacher of the month. For the month of May, we would like to congratulate Mr. Bannon. Let's go to Andrew Tice with the full story.
I'm Andrew Tice, here with Andrew's pick for Gnarly's Teacher of the Month, where I pick a teacher from our school who I think is an overall awesome educator. So here's my pick for this month, Gnarly's Teacher, Mr. Sean Bannon. How you doing today, Mr. Bannon?
I'm doing well. How are you today, Mr. Tice?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Okay, Bannon, let's start with your childhood. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, with my parents and my younger sister.
Your younger sister?
Stephanie, who's currently attending Montclair University studying communications.
Okay. What would you say is the fondest memory of your childhood?
My fondest memory of childhood would probably be hanging out with my neighbors across the street. They had 3 sons who were also around my age, who were pretty much like brothers to me. And we used to all hang out all the time, playing sports, wiffle ball, football, and hockey in the streets and everything else.
Do you still get to see them anymore?
I see them quite frequently, actually.
That's good. So, what do you do on weekends and free time?
On weekends, when I have free time, I like to still hang out with my friends, play sports whenever we can. When it's actually a nice day outside, which hasn't been too much recently, and go out into Philly, enjoy the nightlife out there, or go to concerts when I can as well.
So, Mr. Bannon, what got you into teaching?
My mom happens to be a teacher, and so I guess that probably had a big impact on me. But one of the main things that really pushed me in this direction was the fact that I had great English teachers in high school, and they really left a lasting, well, they pretty much got me to where I am today.
Well, where did you go to college, and what did you major in?
I went to the University of Maryland, College Park, where I majored in English language and literature, which pretty much explains why I'm here.
So, Mr. Bannon, what would you say is your philosophy about teaching?
I try to make the classroom as entertaining and engaging as possible. Try to keep my students' attention, and hopefully they enjoy what they're doing.
So why do you think that many of your students are so fond of you, and why I picked you for the Gnarliest Teacher of the Month?
That happens to be a great question. I think maybe you should answer that. I have been wondering that for quite some time, why you picked me, of all people, to be the Gnarliest Teacher of the Month.
Well, Mr. Bannon is the Gnarliest Teacher of the Month because I have a lot of fun in his class. And I think even though his class is a blast, we still do actually learn a lot. So I guess that goes along with your philosophy of teaching now, doesn't it?
Well, I'm glad to hear it's been effective, at least in your case.
Well, thanks for sitting down with me, Mr. Bannon. You truly are a gnarly teacher. You stay awesome, Ben Izzle.
Now that was an awesome looking handshake.
It was. That was our secret handshake. Nobody else knows it besides for me and him.
It didn't really seem that easy to copy.
Oh, no, it's not easy at all. It's actually quite intricate.
I see. Mr. Bannon certainly is a pretty gnarly teacher.
I love Mr. Bannon. He's a good guy.
Yeah, you look pretty good up there.
Oh, thanks, Chris. Oh, stop.
Now we're going to take a quick commercial break. Now, don't go anywhere.
Lacey Township High School proudly presents to you the 2007 Fashion Show. The fashion show features outfits designed by Mrs. Singer's fashion class. It's all going down in the auditorium at 6 p.m. And don't worry about cash, tickets are free.
On April 17th, the school board election was passed. Let's go to Chris Force with the full story.
Hello, I'm Chris Force here at Lacey Township High School reporting with your 2007 election coverage. On April 17th, it was once again time for the school board elections. After 3 of the current school board members' terms came to an end, but all 3 were back up for re-election, and now it's time for the results. Close to 10,000 people came out to vote on the April 17th election, where they were asked to vote for one of 5 candidates running to get back on the school board. Robert LeRae, Linda Downing, and William Quist, the 3 members up for re-election, were elected back onto the Lacey Township Board of Education, each with a little over 23% of the vote. The 3 beat out Regina DeCenzo, who had just under 14% of the vote, and Martha Molinini, who had just under 15% of the vote. The voters were also asked to respond yes or no to 2 additional questions. In the first question, voters were asked about the $61 million budget, up $2 million from last year's. In the second question, voters were asked about the installation of new computers and additional security equipment, totaling around $350,000. Both questions were asked to voters, and more than 50% of the voters responded yes, meaning new computers, security equipment, and new budget for the 2007-2008 school year in Lacy.
Thank you, Chris Force. You know, voting is very interesting. It was my first time out there.
Oh, yeah, because you're 18.
Yes, I am.
That's good. Voting is a very important part of today's society. You got to get the young kids out there, you know. As soon as you turn 18, it's important for you to start getting out there and speaking your mind.
Because then we're in control.
Exactly.
It's like we're in control. Well, thank you for coming down to watch us today. We hope to see you next month here on Lacey Township Today. Tune in every Sunday for the Line Spotlight at 6:30 following this program. Stay safe and live well. I'm Chris Ferran.
Lacey Township.